Hi, this is John Rowell for the Rowell Report. Today is Friday, December 5th, 2025. This is my second report of the day, and I'd like to thank Calibrated and his Telegram channel, who is alerting his subscribers about new measures that are taken in Germany. The post from Calibrated with a K states, "New. Berlin has enacted a new draconian police law granting authorities extensive surveillance powers, including the right to secretly enter homes and hacking mobile phones." Well, you probably know that Germany has been on the forefront of shutting down freedom of expression. There was a German who was sanctioned by the European Union, and I don't know if it was a German or it was a foreign individual living in Germany, but in any case, this person was charged, was tried in a closed room with a small group of individuals. He was, I believe it's a him, was never presented with the charges. Never given the possibility to provide evidence to the contrary, never notified in order to find legal help, and then was notified by the German government of the sanction. So his bank account was frozen. He couldn't access money in his bank in order to pay rent, in order to pay bills, in order to get medicine, in order to buy food. Everything he did, he needed to get permission, needed to get written permission. So he would write a letter and ask for permission to get money from his bank account so he could pay rent, so he could buy groceries, so he could pay bills. And so he would put in this request and get a response a few days later. In any case, this is basically a suppression of freedom of expression, because he had, I believe he was recording the protests to the Israel bombing in Gaza. So he was actually just recording that and uploading the protest. He wasn't participating in the protest. He was simply exercising his right to observe what was happening in society, to capture it on a device, and then communicate that so others could see. So he was sanctioned, and but anyway, the powers of the German government continue to expand, and the liberties of individuals continue to decrease. So basically, the police, you could go to work and the police could enter your home while you're away at work. You'd never know. They could place cameras in your bathroom. They could place cameras in your children's room. While your children, let's say you have a young daughter or young son, would be undressing or dressing, and then all that video is being put on a server somewhere, and you're never notified. You don't even know that you're being recorded. They can hack your phone, so that, I believe there is a Israeli software. So you don't have to answer a text. You don't have to answer a phone call. I think it rings into your phone. You pick up to answer, and you've already got that tracing software on your phone without you even knowing. So anyway, this is quite a change in Germany, which used to be a place where you could go and freely express yourself, and now you have to be very careful what you post in the media, what you upload, everything is being controlled now either by the EU or by the German government. So for those people thinking of retiring to Germany, or thinking of visiting Germany, you should think twice before you try to upload content in case you happen to record a protest and not even know what it is. You just see a protest, you record it and think, oh, this is cool to upload. You upload it, and now you've uploaded a protest which they didn't want you to put on the internet. So once it's on the internet, then you could be sanctioned in absentia. You're never notified of the charges. You're not allowed the opportunity to be a part of this trial, either with your lawyer to present evidence to the contrary, and then they can take action against you. So anyway, imagine if you're a student in Germany. Once you're sanctioned, you can't leave the country, and if let's say you're a student in Germany and you upload content which is not allowed, and you leave the country like for a Christmas break or something, and then they sanction you, then you can't enter back. So back at the university, you have your books, your notebooks, you have all your personal items, you may have a bank account, you may have food in a fridge, and whatever. So you can't go back to that country. All those items, and if you're living in the country and you get sanctioned, no one can help you. If not, then they are skirting the sanctions, and they could be sanctioned and punished. So anyway, this is really bad news, and it's a unfortunate turn for Europe. I think Germany is on the forefront of just about everything. What I used to know about Germany was that they were good at recycling, and if you went there, you had all these different containers, and they were very aware of ecology and recycling. And if you went to their cities, they were very clean. If you go on their roads, you have to have all the lights working on your vehicle. If there's any light that's not working, like a brake light or a headlight, they will stop you and give you the opportunity to get that replaced. So, the roads are very good. The roads are very safe. The cities are very safe. The cities are very clean. But now they've gotten, really out of whack with this hyper control of society. So Germany is not looking like a very good place to live anymore or visit, because you just may upload content which they would find would break some secret rule that they have that you may not even have a way of knowing about. So anyway, I wouldn't say that this is a march towards totalitarianism, but this is certainly silencing freedom of expression, and this is also shutting down any transparency and accountability in society. So I find this to be an extremely negative movement within Germany. I'm sure other European countries are to follow, and this is being pushed along by many of the EU autocrats who want to turn the European Union into like a giant feudal state run by the European Union. So maybe even this comment is sanctioned. I don't know. Hopefully I won't get sanctioned. But in any case, Germany used to be a nice place to visit. Certainly many people live there. We have many U.S. bases in Germany. So would U.S. servicemen be sanctioned, or would their homes be have surveillance put in it when they're away? Because many people in Germany live off base. So could their phones be tapped? Could their homes be put under surveillance? Your kids, the images of them maybe not very well dressed. They could be in somebody's server, and then they could go, they could go to a place where you wouldn't want them to go, and you certainly wouldn't want people looking at those images and recording your children or your family. So, anyway, this is a very negative movement, and so probably if you thought Germany was in your future, you may want to think twice about that. So, I thought that was a good thing to mention before I ended the day, and I wish everyone well. Have a great time and safe weekend. Take care. Bye bye.